Welcome to Sacred Magic. Violet is on a quest to bring sacredness back into our everyday experiences. Anyone can have an extraordinary life when they are able to tap into their sacred magic within. Violet and her guests will be sharing their divine passions, inspirations, and stories of connecting with their sacred magic. We are so happy you have joined us today. Let's get started with your host, the magical creator of Discover Your Spiritual Gifts, Vialet Rayne.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sacred Magic Podcast. My guest today is Rick Finbow. He's been a psychic, a professional psychic for over 40 years. He does coaching and classes, and I've attended some of his classes, like how to be a professional reader, all that cool stuff. So he's been doing this a long time. So as we step into a new year, a lot of us have techniques, things that we look at, things that we consider, things that we do to really jumpstart our new year. So I asked Rick to come on the show today to share some of the things that he thinks about or does before he starts the new year or after we get into January, because this is being released in January and we still have lots of time. Because in my teachings and my wisdom, knowledge, whatever you want to call that, January is so important to our entire year because it really is the energy that gets us going. It's all the new beginnings. It's where we're going. So, Rick, how do you go through January? What are some things that you think about in the month of January?
So at the start of January, I am all about gratitude. So, and it just so happens that my husband and I are hosting a gratitude cruise January 5th through the 13th. So I get to do that on a cruise with hundreds of our friends and that type of thing. But if you're grateful for what you have and then open at the top for more, that's how I like to start off the new year, every new year. Instead of writing New Year's resolutions about what I want to accomplish, I want to think about what I'm grateful that I already accomplished and think about what I would like more of.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. And, vision boards, they're a big thing. Everybody pretty much knows about a vision board. And, I have the big one, the big cardboard ones, threefold in my garage still, from like 10 years ago. And that's where they stay, in the garage. And we like to see them. So nowadays, with the high technology that we have, I just got the iPhone 15. Not sure I really like it. It's very touchy. But anyway, you could make a vision board free from your app, not from an app, just from your photo app, actually. So let me just get into my phone here. And you probably won't be able to see this, but so what I did is I created, let's see. Yeah, so I created a album called Vision Board, and then I added the pictures to it that I liked, that I'm doing magic on stage. Here's like just little animals that I got from a client, little balloon animals that are little rubber things. That reminds me to have fun. It's like, and then Casa Bonita, I want to go there again. I've already been twice, but like things you want in the new year, what you want to bring in. This is like, what do we have here? Oh, and you could actually do like oracle cards. You could take pictures of oracle cards. Like this one is reclaim your art. So that's what I'd like to do, is reclaim my art. Like what I do is for crafts and things like that, magic wands, creating another oracle deck, that kind of thing. And then this one, Talk to God, was from Sonia Choquette's The Answer is Simple deck. And it's about, like getting your spirituality on. This is at the theater. We went to see Six, the musical. So I want to have more of that and believe in magic. So things like that. But you could just create this on any like Android or iPhone very easily and free. Just make an album for your vision board.
I love that. I love that, because I think visually seeing things is really, really powerful. When we see it, it really goes into our subconscious and it stays there. So it's kind of that great pattern or programming that we have of bringing it in. I love vision boards. I have gained so much from vision boards throughout my life and really utilizing them for different things, like bringing in a partner or where I want my life to be. All that I've used vision boards for very effectively. So I think they're really, really powerful.
Yes. And also I like to do what I call around the world or around the clock spread for tarot cards. So if you're a tarot card reader or you have tarot cards and you just like to play with them and see what comes up, you can do that and create like a clock spread. So the clock is, 12, 1, 2, 3. So the 12 months. So you just take the cards from your deck and you pull a card for January and then put it, in the 1 spot. And then the card for February, put in the 2 spot, and then the 3 all the way around. You can place that on your desk or whatever you have to hold that, and then just focus on the 1 card for each month. Say, oh, what is this month going to bring? That type of thing. And also, what I teach in my tarot classes is don't ever be afraid to pull another card. So let's just say that this is the first card that we pulled, the Magician card, which means focus, which is great. So let's just say we pulled that for January, but then you're like, well, I want more like what I need to focus on or something else. So you can pull another card and see what happens. And we get this, which is the 6 of Swords, which is in my deck science. It's like, don't analyze it so much. So it's like, get focused, but don't analyze it so much. You're asking like what you should focus on. And you get, don't analyze it, just allow it to happen, allow it to flow.
I love that.
That's what it means. Yeah. You could do that with an Oracle card deck, or you could do it with a tarot deck. I like to do the spreads, especially the larger ones, with a tarot deck. Yeah. So that too, I like to do. There's a game that I like to play. It's called the Prophecy game. And it's like a board game, but it's kind of like giving your own reading also. I do that at the 1st of January. It's funny because I don't use it any other time. I only use it for that. It's pretty entailed. You have to read each card that you pulled. There's like 30 cards that you put in different places and then open the book and find out where that is. But speaking of like opening a book, this is like an amazing thing. So the Farmer's Almanac, it's $5. You can get it anywhere. King Soopers, anywhere. And, we have all the other ones. We have the things that come at the metaphysical stores from Llewellyn and all the publishers, Hay House. But this is like the original Farmer's Almanac. And it's pretty pagan even now, but it shows, which is great, it shows like the moon phases every month, every day. It has an ephemeris in it that you can use, so if you're into astrology, and I have a block with astrology just because it feels like math to me. I love astrology, but I can't do it myself because I have a block with math. I didn't even learn my times tables. Couldn't learn my times tables. So, but this is an easy way to see, where are the tides? Where is the moon? Where, is Mercury in retrograde, which we just came out of on January 1st. So now it's smooth sailing.
I love that. I've never thought about the Farmer's Almanac, right? Really looking at that. Some people love to look at the numerology of the year too. So there's that aspect of what do those numbers add to? What can we expect? What are people talking about that 2024 is going to be around, right? For those that really get into numerology and putting all the numbers together, because there's some real interest in that as well. Again, more math, Rick, more math.
Yes. Well, I don't mind numerology, but I do mind astrology. It's too much. But I love astrology. So I have to go to an astrologer. I can't do it myself, which is great. And I'm also teaching a class at your center on the 17th. It's numerology and gallery readings for the beginning of the year. And that I'm excited about. And I'll actually teach you how I do numerology. So you'll leave that class with some tools that you can use for yourself and for your family and all that type of thing. Now, just really quick, 2024 equals 8. And 8 is harmony and balance.
Oh. I love that.
That's the way I do it. So like coinciding the single digits 1 through 9 with the tarot deck would be harmony and balance, adjustment and balance. Okay. Like, so this last year that we had, 2023, was a 7, which is the Chariot. Boy, did we have change, right? Change and change and change and change. So now in 2024, we have more balance. It's going to balance out. And I tell everybody that when they start to worry about everything politically, economically, and just how the earth is doing, that type of thing, sometimes things have to sway way left or way right before it can come back to the middle and have more balance. So I think we've had that in the last few years, like way left, way right. And now we're ready for some harmony and balance this year.
I love that. I love that because I don't know about everybody else, but I felt like a ball bouncing around a room the last couple of years. Like just when I get this bounce right, I get thrown against another wall to try something else. And I'm just like, ooh, okay, this has got to settle soon. It's got to like calm down. It can't continue to be this kind of out there. And I think a lot of people have felt that the last couple of years, this huge energy and push and shove and all of that change coming in, right? So we're all like, can we just have just a little bit of calm just for a little while?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just for a year.
Just for a year. Okay, if we could just have just a little bit for a little while, we'll all be happy. Well, I love all this. The Farmer's Almanac, I've never thought of. Now I got to go find a Farmer's Almanac so I can check it out.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
And see what's going on. Your numerology class sounds amazing as well. I love all your classes, and people in our community are really getting to know you. So I'm seeing that build over time, because when people come in as new teachers or practitioners or readers, it takes time for everybody to get to know them. When they start seeing you around more and more often, they connect. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoo, we got lots of people tonight, right? They all show up. Yes. And you and Heather are doing something in January together, aren't you?
Yes, Heather McCormick-Rimmy and I are, spiritually speaking, 2 psychics for the price of one. It's only $33. And it's gallery readings, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
I think that's going to be amazing. These two are so funny together anyways. What was the joke that made everybody laugh? You guys went to breakfast, and what was the joke that we all thought was so funny?
Oh, where you had eggs over medium.
2 mediums together.
Yes.
Oh, trouble. I think that's lots and lots of trouble.
Yes, it's good. Good trouble.
Thank you, Rick, for sharing some of your insights for the new year, some of the things that you like to do to start out your year. I think all of us come from a different perspective, and we're going to have several people sharing, including myself, over the next couple of weeks. And Heather McCormick-Rimmy is going to come and share some of her insights to give you some ideas, connect into what resonates with you, what really sounds cool, and check it out. Also, at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts in January, we have a ton of stuff being offered for the new year. I mean, you'd think we all came out of the woodwork with stuff. I've got a class going where you get to draw your tarot card, something what Rick talks about for your year. Rick has his numerology class. Sarah's doing astrology, numerology, something. Charles has something coming in. Heather McCormick's doing a 111, how to manifest your year. There are tons and tons of stuff happening in January. So check out our events calendar. Come out and see us. We'd love to see you. Thank you, Rick, for sharing with us today.
Thank you for having me. And I love what you did with the center. I love where the center is. And what is the number on the numerology on the address there?
So it's 7500 is the building number. And then we have suite 240 and 208.
So 7500 equals 3, 7 and 5. If you bring it down to a single digit, equals 3, which is self-care, self-love. I love that. That's why you have an office building with a lot of different self-care things going on, like hairdressers and dentists and massage therapists in an office building. This office building is becoming a healing center.
It really is. It's been really amazing. It feels really good. It's very welcoming. And I appreciate that. I love the fact that it has an elevator, but besides that, it's felt really good all the way around, honestly, for all of us. So I think that's awesome.
Yes. Thank you
So
so much for having me.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you really soon and discover your spiritual gifts. Make 2024 your year. And it all starts with your intention, your thoughts, where you put your mind. I love gratitude, of being grateful for what we have, because that's a great foundation for starting anything. And so starting the new year with things of gratitude is really important. We wish you a magical and sacred year, and I hope you'll follow us, and we hope we'll see you really soon.